everybody, thank you for joining me again today. I'm Lee from thecraftyspark.co.uk and today we are going to make a card using one of the sale-a-bration stamps, So Hoppy Together. Cute frogs, very sweet. Right, let me show you what we're going to be doing. I have got stuff everywhere, as always. Move that out of the way for a minute. First off, I've got my Stamparatus, Stampasaurus, Stamperiteratus, whatever you want to call them, already loaded up. I've placed all my stamps in there, ready. I've just realised I haven't got my ink pad out, which is why I'm struggling at the side. There we go. I've already got them set in place. So I'm going to stamp using StazOn ink today. And then we are going to be colouring with markers. Alright, that's why I'm using the StazOn ink. If you're going to be using the blends, you would need to be using the Memento ink, not StazOn. But today we're going with StazOn. Now, I've already got a couple of bits prepared as well. I have my card base, which is lemon lime twist, and it's a standard A6 card, so it's 4 inches across the top, 5 3/4 inches down the side. All the measurements for everything you need, by the way, are all going to be on my blog, and they're all underneath this video as well. So if you don't catch them when I say them, don't worry, just check the blog post or check under the video and you'll see them. This lovely scrummy paper is from the Gingham Gala design series paper. It's a 6x6 paper, and what I've done is I've taken the Highland Heather one. I'm going to be using the small squares, not the big squares, and I've cut it so that it's 3 inches across by 5.5 down. I had to think then. So 3 inches by 5.5 inches. And the piece that I have in here, I can't remember how big that one is because I didn't write that one down. Oh, that was silly. Let's have a look. What does it measure? It is 2 3/4 by 4.5. All right, 2 3/4, 4.5. Okay. Frogs in place, bugs are in place. So let's get going. Let's just ink up the stamps. Now, obviously when you're using StazOn, you have to make sure you use the right cleaner for it. You have to be using this one, StazOn cleaner. Be very careful with it though, because if you've got nice sticky stamps, it can take the sticky off the back of your stamps. Just a warning. Okay. So stamp that down, give it a nice push, make sure everything is all nicely there and ready. Ta-da! Oh, one of the best inventions ever, these things. Right, move that out of the way. Now, for colouring this, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to colour it, and then I'm going to be colouring it. But the reason I'm telling you first is because obviously watching somebody colour can be very boring. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, then I'll just put it on fast forward while I colour it. So I have got a basic black marker, I think this is basic grey, yep, basic grey marker, lemon lime twist marker. I've also got a blending pen, which I'll come back to in a minute, and I've got 2 watercolour pencils as well. So quite an array. Now, you don't need to use all these. It's not necessary. However, you will see when I've finished why I've got them all out, because it does look quite cool. Right, now you may have noticed just then that I actually coloured the frog twice. In fact, I missed a little bit there. And the reason I did that is because when you're using marker pens and you colour the frog in, or colour anything in, you tend to get like a streaky pattern, as if you had used colouring pens, basically. But you know, like the kids' felt tip pens, you get sort of streaks in it. But if you do it once, let it dry, and while it was drying, I was using my lemon and lime twist watercolour pencil, which actually came out of our kit. So if you haven't got this, you could just use that one. It wouldn't make much difference, I suppose. But I've used the pencil, and while it was drying, I just coloured his tummy. Now you can see the colour is starting to blend in with itself a bit better now. So while we're waiting for that to dry out properly, I'm going to get my Highland Heather ink. Whoops, let's turn it around that way. I've already squeezed it and made a splodge, as you can see. I've used it quite a few times. But what I do, if I don't actually have the right colour pen, splodge some ink into your lid, get your blending pen, and just use your blending pen to pick up some of that ink. See, there's quite a lot on there really, isn't there? And what I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to use it to colour in this bicycle. I have to go quiet when I'm colouring because I have to concentrate. So I'm going to colour the bicycle, and I'm going to colour the little bugs as well. Now, the ink will stay on your pen. Alright, don't panic. To get it off, all you need to do is, on a clean sheet, just scribble. Now you can see I obviously picked up way too much ink, but it's starting to fade. The more I do it, the more it will fade. I'll do it again a bit more later, but that's basically what you're doing with it. Alright, now this one, this watercolour pencil is Old Olive. Again, you don't need to use this, but I just want to give a little bit of dimension to Mr. Frog. So I'm just using the Old Olive just around the edges. You can't really see it, but that's the whole point of it, isn't it? That you can't see it. So just around there, just to make him look a bit less flat. Actually, let's put some on his belly as well. And then again, with the blender pen, just blend in that shadow that you've just done. Now you can see all I'm doing is I'm just going round and round and round and round and round and round and round with my pen. There we go. Alright. And it's just added a little bit of depth to it. Again, clean your pen when you're finished. They're very, very good, these pens. You can use them for so many things. They're not the cheapest thing, I must admit, but they're great. Just a little tip as well. You can see I've got washi tape on mine. One light, one dark. No, one light, one dark. So I know what colours I'm using on the pen. So pinks, purples, reds always go with this end, and greens, browns always go on this end. See, it also means I don't lose my pen lid, because they're very easy to lose, these ones. Right, here we go. Mr. Frog is done. Now, next thing we want to do is you want a scrappy piece of white paper, whisper white, white, normal white, whatever you use. And I'm just going to do a sentiment now. So ink it up, just pop it down, leave it just for a couple of seconds so that all the ink can soak into the paper. And then, when I've got the ink off my hand, I'm going to use my 1 1/4 inch circle punch to punch this out. And I'm doing it so that the sentiment is actually close to the top. Can you see there? Is that straight? I think that's straight. Yeah, but the sentiment's actually towards the top of the circle. So that's that one. I've also got my 1 3/8 scallop punch and some basic black. So I'll punch one of those out as well. Now I just want to stick these together. So I'll just splodge a little bit of glue on the back there. Whoops. And that just about fits. Alright. Okay, let's put this together then, shall we? So you can see why we're actually doing all these little things, because obviously that does make a difference. Now then, where'd I put that glue? There it is. Put it back in the pot. Let's start off. We're just going to put our lovely pretty Gingham Gala Highland Heather check on. What sort of check is this? Is this buffalo check? I think that's called buffalo check. But you want to put it on so it's roughly, as with all things, I'm just eyeballing it, roughly equal on that side. All right. And then Mr. Frog, oops, let's get him on as well. He is going to go, whoops, just over a bit. So there's just a bit more green than the other side. Just, I mean, you could do it exactly in the same place if you wanted to. It's totally up to you, really. I just think it looks nice with a little bit wider bit there. You know, it's a bit more offset. Now, I had a, oh, there it is. Oh, can't pick it up. I had a little bit of Highland Heather cardstock and I dropped it on the floor. We're going to punch out with these itty bitty flower punches a little pretty one of those. Sorry, I'm just whizzing around the room because I forgot to pick up my glue dots. Now, where's a glue dot? There we go. So pop that on there. And then, whoops, with my rhinestones, which have just all fallen out everywhere. Oh, never mind, to clear them up in a minute. I want one of the big ones today. Whoops, get on there. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on there, isn't it? Pop that on the flower. There we are. Now, these flowers look a little bit flat. So, actually, what I should have done before I put it on the glue dot was give it a bit of a bump on my hand. A little bit of a, that's a technical term, a little bit of a bump. So in the soft bit of your hand, whoops, let's do it with my finger, just push it into the squidgy bit of your palm. I'm going to have to put another glue dot on that because that's not going to stick very well. There we go. But can you see how it's lifted up now? It's just lifted the petals up a little bit. Just makes it look a little less flat. And that is going to go right there. On the back of that, we're going to pop a dimensional. Just the one today. Usually use about 30 of them, but today we're just going with one. And then that is going to go just there. So just offset. Oops. And there we have our little card with our little froggy. Now, if you have a look on my blog, I have also done this card in another colourway, which looks very pretty as well. So basically, when you're making it, you want to try and use opposite colours. So if you look at a colour wheel, look at the colours that are opposite each other. That's the kind of colour you're going to go for. All right, little tip there. Right, I hope you enjoyed this today. I will be back again very soon with another video. Not sure what we're going to do still, because I never really do I? But I will see you again very soon. Until then, bye for now.